Join us on the journey this week in Delaware. Angela has to give some ducks a very stern talking to. You, I'm watching you, while Charlie's living his best life. We use a day to travel back to a state where we missed out because we were just determined we were going to see it. And then Cody gets a new toy, but realizes he doesn't have room for it. So he has to go on a little cleaning spree after 3 years of procrastination. But Angela gets a surprise gift in return. Let me tell you why Cody's my soulmate. We're here still at Adventure Awaits Retreat in Houston, Delaware.
Top 5 campground, by the way.
Definitely way up there. This place is phenomenal.
Nice, quiet. You got, I have a farm background, so just having all the animals around, but it is really, really quiet. And the weather, come on, the weather.
So it cooled off when some storms rolled in. We opened all the windows, freshened up the RV, slept all night with the windows open. Shut them this morning, kicked on the fireplace just to take the chill out, drank our coffee, and then we were ready to pop them back open again. I mean, we're barely running anything,
yeah,
right?
I checked our power watchdog. I mean, we've got, a TV and a couple of things on in there. We're pulling like 250 watts.
So a little bitty power box would run the RV right now.
And while power's free at campgrounds, the way I see it, every minute you don't have to run those air conditioners is a minute longer they last before you have to replace them. So I'm all about it.
Makes sense to me.
And we got to come down and feed the chickens tonight. We had a little duck fight, so we had to cut the video on that just a little bit. It got pretty aggressive, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty violent.
Yeah, I'm not happy. They got a stern talking to.
Remember the duck fight?
Hey, be nice. You be nice. I'm not gonna deal with this bullying. That poor little ducky's neck.
It's because we have one massive duck and a bunch of smaller ducks.
I'm not giving him any more food. I'm not gonna condone it. You, I'm watching you.
It's funny that he's not any more aggressive because his first interaction with the chicken was when we went back home to Arkansas and the chicken jumped on his back and started spurring him, and then he killed it quickly. But he's not being aggressive with these.
Charlie, you've got him so fooled. Let me tell you why Cody's my soulmate. Went and got the mail. If you remember at Dave & Buster's, I had a little buyer's remorse from my purchase. Wish I had went back with my disco planter. And guess what just came in the mail? Now I think this is significantly nicer than what I was gonna get. But I guess I'm gonna put a plant in the RV. Stay tuned to see what I find for this thing.
So since Angela got her toy on Amazon, I got me one too. It was not cheap, definitely not as cheap as a disco planter. This is a NOCO GBX 55 jump starter. I've heard about these for a long time. It's got a flashlight, I just turned it on.
A friend of mine back at the lake told me a couple years ago about these. He kept one in his boat and it worked great when you'd have a dead boat battery or something like that. And I keep bumping into people that have these and swear by them. And as I was going through kind of my maintenance checklist for things I need to do to the truck, I realized it's been about the same amount of time on these batteries as when I replaced the stock set of batteries. So I figured just in case, if we're out in the National Forest somewhere, we'll have this. This is the GBX55 model. It'll start up to an 8-liter gas motor. So when you look at these, it all goes based off engine size. So this will take care of everything I need. Great reviews. Everybody tells me they're awesome. Not cheap though. I think this one was right around 175 bucks. But what I like about it versus other jump starters I've had in the past is the other ones I've had, and I'm talking 10 years ago, were real big and bulky. This one will just slide under the back seat. So again, I bought it on Amazon. It's not cheap. It's just some peace of mind. It's got a flashlight and some phone chargers and other things you would expect. But the main point of this is to have a way to get out of a jam should we have a dead battery. And since fall and winter's coming on, that's usually when batteries die, probably a good time to have it. The only problem I have with this is a solution that created a problem with it because I really need somewhere to put it. And I'm gonna have to make a place to put it. So we've had this truck since October of 2021. It's never been cleaned out, guys. I thought since I'm getting in here to make a space anyway, I might as well see what all I've got in here. So let's play what's in the back of Cody's truck. An air freshener. And you might grab a trash bag. The passenger side's pretty easy because I have my air inflator over there and I'm in and out of there all the time using that. And October will be 3 years with this truck. I'm not sure what we're getting into.
I found a plastic fork.
Is it a
found
sport?
some glasses.
This is one of those junk things that pops up in your Facebook. Automatic chainsaw chain sharpener. It was about the price of 2 new chains, and I should have just bought 2 new chains. It doesn't sharpen. In fact, it dulls the blades. Why it's still under the seat of my truck, I have no idea.
This is
That's a wheel seal for the camper. You can throw it away because I got the numbers off of it. These are the drop bars for the boat. We have our fluorescent breakdown jackets that we forgot to wear when we broke down. Tow strap. This is important. This is a leaf spring for our trailer. It's one of those things, had I have needed it, I would have been glad I've had it. I've carried this around since the Grand Design Rally last year when we went up to the spare parts place. At some point, we'll break a leaf spring. So this stays. Fire extinguisher. Here's a broken ratchet strap. Seeing as I have a million of them. Actually, you know what? You can't have too many ratchet straps.
You can't have too many ratchet straps.
All right, zip ties. We can always use those in the truck. Another level. I mean, good Lord, how many levels do I have? More ratchet straps. You'd think we're in the moving business instead of the RV business.
Is that for our wave runner?
That's a backup key for the jet ski. All right, so our NOCO can go right here. Fire extinguisher. Gotta have that. I hope we don't use this. I really like these organizers that Ford makes for the truck bed. These are really nice to have. In my F-150, I had all this open space, which was great. I could flip the seats up and put bales of hay back here if I wanted to. But there was nothing to keep things from sliding around. So I'm kind of 60-40 on this. I don't know if I bought a new truck today, if I would do this again or not. If you guys don't have these Rhino straps, these things are great. Because if you're, say, towing with you're towing on a flatbed trailer or something like that and you don't want to scratch up the surface, you can just run these through like that around the bar and then hook your ratchet strap to this and you don't damage the trailer. We're organized. We've got our new NOCO battery charger ready to go. What's next?
Whoa, Cody, look.
Oh, it's the disco ball. So that's gonna drive the dog nuts when we're hanging up inside.
Oh, Eris is gonna have a heyday with this.
She can't deal with the reflection of our watches.
Oh, this was a bad decision.
This was a bad decision.
These were the best looking plants I could find.
10-4.
And this was on sale and came with a little pot already.
Oh, so this one's done. Oh, okay.
I just need to peel that clearance sticker off of there.
Tell you what, that sounds like a good job for me.
The aloe vera looks really sickly, doesn't it? Looks like I've already had it for a while. Usually what I do with my plants that are sickly is I give it to my mother-in-law to revive, and pick it back up, and try to kill it again. All right, little aloe vera, please don't die on me.
Let us know in the comments. We'll do a poll. How long do you think it'll be before we kill this aloe vera plant or this bromeliad colorful flower?
I don't even know what that is. How pretty.
So this is our first, real decoration. You guys travel with these things? What do you do with them on travel day?
That's not true. I traveled with a spider plant the first year.
That's true.
And then I killed it.
So this is our second go around with it. So if you have any tips on how to keep these things alive inside the trailer, let us know in the comments. I mean, just think, you got the ukulele and the disco ball in the end.
I think the ukulele is going to go in the free pile for some little 2-year-old to enjoy.
She hasn't picked it up since she brought it home, just for the record.
It doesn't actually play.
You knew that when you bought it.
I did not. I was disheartened. I really thought that it would play. We're going to mark this on the calendar. See how long it lasts. We couldn't have dialed up this weather
No, this is
if we
great.
tried. Eris.
It's incredible. She's losing out on the pacifier trick again.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she's on to us. On the backside of this campground, they have a nature trail. It's about two and a half?
I think they said 2.5 miles.
But you can do half of it if you want. It's supposed to be really nice. So we thought we'd get out, get some fresh air, let the dogs run a bit. Although I didn't think they were going to survive today. You would have thought they were snoring. I mean, there was some deep sleep going on.
It did get warm enough today to turn on the AC for like 2 hours. And it's already back to 76 degrees and beautiful. It's been a great trip so far. Charlie likes visiting his animal friends. I think it's the highlight of his day.
It's our last day in Delaware, so we decided to travel across state lines
To Virginia.
where we were, or close to where we were, because we decided this was one we didn't want to miss. We were told by a local it was a no miss, and the weather was not cooperative at the time.
No.
So we decided, we got a day, we're gonna come and do it.
So we have a boat to catch here in a couple hours, but we thought we would run around and kind of see the sights, probably find a little beach place to have lunch by the water. This whole trip and the last few trips have just been great. I don't know what I expected in Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware, but it's been so awesome. And so far, Delaware has been the prettiest place we've been on this leg of the trip, for sure. Those are really nice docks.
It looks like you can get a bungalow just right off the water. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, and bring your boat.
And now it's time for us to find our boat.
Yeah, now that we're nice and full.
I did try oysters for the first time. I'm not sure they're worth the money for what little meat you get, but they're pretty tasty.
Yeah, I ended up trying it too. I was pretty skeptical at first, but they were pretty good. That was Steamer's Bar and Grill, and although it was a little bit pricey, the food was really good.
Confession time. We aren't really sure how to pronounce the name of the town we're in, so we were waiting to see how they say it. I'm gonna guess, because I think I've heard somebody say Chincoteague?
Chagaty?
Chincoteague or Chincoteague? Maybe Chincoteague? Chincoteague Islands?
3 Yamaha 300s on the back of it. Woo! That'll scoot.
This island is supposed to have wild ponies, and this is the best way to see them.
This way, babe.
Also, we should see, oh, down here?
Floating dock 3.
Okay. We're supposed to be able to see some dolphins, some other wildlife. So I'm excited to see what we get. We did not see ponies, so that was disappointing.
We
But
did see dolphins.
we saw lots of dolphins. We saw a little baby dolphin.
We had a really nice, relaxing boat cruise, which I'm always up for.
This today was not a loss.
No, it's never a loss if you get to spend time on the boat.
The way that we heard the pronunciation was Chincoteague and ASSATEAGUE. That's how I heard it. Like always, we're gonna pop the link to the cruise that we took down in the description and the pinned comments. That way, if you wanna check it out, it's there. I know there's some other options around that area too. I was kind of thinking this would be more like our Mackinac Island trip or our Ohio Island trip, but it really wasn't anything like that. And if you haven't been to the Ohio Islands, check them out, because I think those were our favorite islands of all the islands we visited so far. That was pretty neat.
They do have an annual event where they swim the ponies across the bay, and it's kind of a big deal for the local community. They get some vets out there to do health checks and things like that. And next year, towards the end of July, is their 100th anniversary of doing this. So if you're in the area, might be something cool to check out. I bet the photography would be incredible. There's also ASSATEAGUE State Park that has a beautiful lighthouse on it we could see from the road. I think it's $10 to get in, and a lot of people have good luck seeing the ponies over there.
I recognize that we've talked about how much we love this campground in 3 different videos at this point.
It's probably worth mentioning again.
I've butchered their name over and over again. I've called it Adventure Awaits, Adventures Await. I think it's Adventures Await. But we'll have that down in the links, so you actually know what we're talking about. But there is one area to this park that we didn't visit, besides the fishing pond. They have some growth that they're doing that they're not finished with, so I didn't want to mention it, but they said we can come peek at it. They have a vineyard that they're starting. They have this beautiful koi pond, supposedly. We snuck down here. We've got to see this before we leave. It's loud in here, so we'll make it quick.
The area is great, and like I've said before, you could stay here and not leave the park all week, and it would be no problem. You'd have everything you want right here. This place is awesome and totally worth the money. All right, guys, that about wraps it up for this episode. We're going to call it a night because we've got travel day tomorrow, and we are fingers crossed for a drama-free travel day. You guys be safe out there. We'll see you on the next video.